Oh, good evening, everybody. How you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Just want to give you something on this Fun Fact Friday. On today, we'll wait a few minutes, let some people come on in and join in. We're going to talk about out-of-state absentee owners on today. Out-of-state absentee owners, how to contact them. Once you contact them and they're ready to sell, what do you have to do to get the property under contract, get the contract to them, get them to the closing table? How do you do this if you are in Virginia and they live in Texas? How do you do this if you're in California and they live in Oregon? How do you do this if you're in Wyoming and the property is in, I don't know, Albuquerque, New Mexico? So we're going to tap on that. We're going to touch on that because we've been doing quite a bit of this, and you guys will see that the process is not as difficult as you think when you're dealing with absentee owners. So give me 1 minute. Let me adjust some things here. Alright, I'm trying to get a little bit more comfortable with all of this social media stuff, guys. I know I'm not as professional and as techy as some of the other people out there, but I like to just make sure I give you guys the goods without all of the fancy, upsells and everything like that. So you can meet me here every Wednesday, every Friday, and get some good information about real estate investing and real estate wholesaling. So just a few people. Hey guys, hey, I see you on Instagram there. I see you on YouTube up there. I see you on Facebook. So we're gonna kind of get right on into it. If you got any questions and I don't get a chance to answer them, believe me, I got everything a little bit of ways away from me, so I can't really see. But what you can do is just hit me up in the DMs, and I'll make sure I answer those questions for you. All right, so we're talking about absentee owners and how to contact them for one, and once you get in contact with them, how to get the contract to them, how to get them to the closing table, and how to close the deal and get the deal signed, sealed, and delivered, and you get a check either in the mail or wired from the title company. So, first of all, an absentee owner, absentee out-of-state owner. So that's what we're talking about, absentee out-of-state owner. Absentee out-of-state owner is a person that owns a property in one state but lives in another state. Simple as that. We're not going to go too deep into it. So, for example, I live here in Arizona, but I also own property in Chicago. So I would be an out-of-state absentee owner if someone was targeting one of our properties in Chicago. So if you were trying to get in touch with me and you were trying to market to one of my properties in Chicago or in Dallas or in Florida, then this is what you need to do. You would pull a list. You can go to listsource.com. You can pull a list of a property address, my property address, and it will have all of my contact information. So it will have who owns the property, the name of the property owner, it'll have the name of the property owner. It would have the site address, that means where the property is that you're targeting, the mailing address of the owner, so that would be my property, my address here in Arizona, and it will have some other information on there. Sometimes you can pull them and it will give you telephone numbers, things like that, but I know with ListSource you won't be able to get telephone numbers, but you can skip trace. You can go to backskiptracing.com, or if you have a free subscription through PropStream, if you need a 7-day trial from PropStream, you can go to marcusmaloney.com, but we're not about that right now. So once you find out that I'm in Arizona and the property you're targeting is in, again, Dallas, you would either give me a call, you will pull my telephone number, skip trace my telephone number through batch skip tracing the prop stream, like I said. Once you get my telephone number, you just pick up the phone and call me. You know, hey, I see you own a property at 123 Main Street. Are you interested in selling? I know you are out of state and the property is in state. You know, is this primarily an investment property for you? Or did you inherit the property, or were you willed the property, or did you own the property and it was your primary residence at one time and you moved to Arizona? So those are some of the key things you want to ask when you're talking to absentee owners that live out of state. So why would you target these people? The reason being, again, is because I live in Arizona, the property is in Dallas. If anything happened to the property, I have to fly from Arizona to Dallas. That is an extremely big headache, especially if it's a property that I inherited, really didn't want. So I'll give you a scenario that we're working with as we speak. Owner lives out of state. We contacted them. They had a tenant in the property. Tenant was tearing up the property. It was their primary residence at one time. They got a job elsewhere, flew out, took the job, had a mortgage on the property. They needed someone to pay that mortgage. So they thought the smart idea was to rent the property out. So they rented the property out, but guess what? The tenant knows, hey, the owner lives out of state. I'm not paying rent. It's COVID time. You know, what are they gonna do? They're gonna fly from that state to this state just to evict me, not knowing if they can even get me out. So there's motivating factors there to target absentee owners. So once you call me, so let's go back to the scenario. Once you call me, you get the information, ring, hi Mr. Maloney, I see that you own a property here in Dallas. Have you ever considered selling that property, or are you interested in selling that property? Well, no, or yes, I've been thinking about it, but I live here in Arizona and I can't get there to sell the property. Excuse me. So what should you do in that case? Sorry, my screen was going dead. So what should we do in that case? So we always have to be problem solvers. We have to solve the problems that the sellers don't think that there's a solution to. So very simple, you will contact that seller and say, okay, you have the tenant in the property, the tenant is tearing up the property. We can buy the property with the tenant in place. You don't have to worry about that headache anymore. And not only that, we can give you a decent price and we can offer you cash for the property. Naturally, if that's an issue that they've been dealing with, they're gonna wanna get rid of that property. So they're gonna be motivated to sell that property. So you can gain access to the property without the owner being there. There's ways, I'm not gonna dig deep into that. There's ways to access the property without the owner being there. The owner can notify the tenant. The tenant can have to authorize you to be in as long as there's a 48-hour notice in most states. Once you walk the property, then you can inform the seller, okay, this is what we can offer you for the property. So how do you get them to sign the contract? How do you get the contract to them? If you've been following me for a while, you've noticed I go to the mailbox sometimes, pick up contracts that was in the mail. So basically, there's a couple of ways you can do it. If your seller is electronically savvy, you can send it via DocuSign, Sign Now, EverSign, or something like that. You can send that document out so they can sign it electronically. It is a legally binding document if they sign it electronically. Also, again, you can send them the contract in the mail overnight. Here, let me show you something. Sorry, stepped away. Overnight, FedEx. Send the contract to them FedEx overnight, and then let them know, hey, once you get the contract, give me a call. I'll walk you through the contract line by line. We can go through it verbatim. That way, if you have any questions, I can answer them for you right over the phone. Believe me, it sounds like something that's so far-fetched, but when you have a motivated seller and they're interested in selling, they will do that. They will sign that contract over the phone, and you make sure you have an additional overnight package in here. You want to make it easy for them. So send it to them. It comes to their mailbox. They sign it. They stuff it right back in an overnight package that you paid for, and it comes back to you the next day. You have the contract. Now you have that property under contract. So dealing with absentee owners out of state is not as difficult as it seems. There's a few extra steps that you have to take, but it's nothing that you cannot, overcome. You got to be able to be a solutionist and solve those problems for those sellers, because they are motivated, they are looking to sell, and a lot of times those are the best deals. I mean, we have bought property from people that live in Atlanta. We've bought property from people that live in, not St. Louis, but next to St. Louis. And they own properties in other states, and we're still able to close on those properties and make healthy assignment fees. $20,000, $17,000, $12,000, $6,000. Those opportunities are out there, guys. It's not far-fetched. You can definitely do it. Just keep following me. I'm going to show you every step of the way. Go to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/MRCS Maloney. You will see, sometimes I go to the mailbox and I'm picking up checks. I remember, before we sign off, I remember one time I was getting on a cruise in Miami, and I got a call, and this is when I was working by myself, really didn't have a team. Got a call from a seller, and they said, hey, you know what? I got the contract. No, they had gave me a call. They said, you know what? We talked about your offer. I'm definitely willing to do it. Before I got on that cruise, I'm in Miami, typed up the contract, printed it out, took it to a UPS store in Miami, sent it off. When we got off that boat and came back and got back to Arizona, I had that contract in the mail. So again, it's not far-fetched, guys. Remove those limiting beliefs thinking that you can't do it, because you absolutely can. So again, this is Marcus Maloney. I'm signing off. I'm about to enjoy my evening. Just wanted you guys to know that there is possibilities out there for you to get contracts from people that's out of state. So the main thing you have to do is talk. Let people know what you're doing, how you're doing it. I challenge you right now, and you can tag me on your post. If you want to be a real estate investor, I challenge you right now to tag me and post in your group, in your Facebook stream, Instagram stream, that I am a real estate investor. Let people know. Challenge yourself. Put it out there. Let people know, hey, I'm converting from what I'm doing, and I am going to become a real estate investor. So if that's you, get out there and do it. Tag me on that post, and I'll be looking forward to talking with you in the future, guys. All right, signing off this Friday evening. Go ahead, enjoy your evening. Love you guys. Remember, YouTube, MRCS Maloney. You can go there. Enjoy us on the podcast, the We Love Equity Real Estate Show. Get a bunch of tips, tricks, and everything from high-level real estate investors. So the information is free, but the action is not. So get out there. Once you get the information, take action. Love you. See you. Until next time, always enjoy the journey. Don't forget to tag me on your post, and don't forget, if you have any questions, feel free. You can actually even email me or slide into my DMs. My email address is mmaloney, MMALONEY, @equityri.com. You got your questions? Send them on to me. I'll make sure I answer those. And it's not someone from my team, it's me. I love engaging with you guys, so send them over to me. Look forward to talking to you. See you. Don't forget to take advantage of the 15-minute free consultation. Go to my website. The link is there. Enjoy.